Welcome back, dear students, in English second class, class 7th. So, till now, we have completed our first chapter with a story as well as with a poem. What was the story? The three question, which was about a king who is seeking about his three questions, and it is written by the Leo Tolstoy. Then secondly, the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad by Sarojini Naidu. Let's begin our lesson number 2, Marie Curie, A Radiant Life. So, first of all, open your book, students, page number 33. Look into your book. So, what is the meaning of radiant life, students? This is a story about a lady, Marie Curie, a radiant life. What is the meaning of radiant life? A life full of happiness and taking time in a proper care. So first of all, let's see about the author who has written this story, Marie Curie. So who was she, students? She was the daughter of the Marie Curie and Pierre Curie. So she was the youngest child of the Nobel Prize winners, scientist Pierre and Marie, and she was the youngest child, and she is the only member of the family who has chosen a career as a journalist and an author. And usually she writes on her mother bibliography, Marie Curie. So moving forward, let's move to our chapter, Marie Curie. See, students, she is Marie Curie. Then she was the first woman who won a Nobel Prize and a first person to win the award 2 times. So with her husband Pierre Curie, her efforts lead to the discovery of polonium and radium, and in the development of X-ray also. Then the Marie Sklodowska, later known as Marie Curie, was born on 7th November 1867 in Poland. She had a bright and curious mind. She was excelled as a school, but despite being a top student in her secondary school, she could not attend the University of Warsaw. So what was the reason? She had a dream of going abroad to own an official degree, but due to her financial condition, this was not possible. Then what he has done, students, then he worked as a tutor and a governess and left the Poland and went to Paris. So what happened nextly? Marie met Pierre Curie in 1894, a French scientist. You can see here, he is Pierre Curie. So, due to the Marie's devoting body and soul to scientific research, immediate sympathy brought them together. Whom we are talking about? The Pierre Curie and the Marie. And in a few months, Pierre asked Marie to be his wife. Then what happened? Their life together in a little. They have Marie Curie decided to marry with the Pierre Curie. Then their life together in a little flat was singularly lacking in comfort. What does it mean, students? It means that they were not having enough means to live for their livelihood. So, for this, the Paris father offered them the furniture, but what happened? Both of them refused to get that. What was the reason behind that? Because both of them wanted to live an independent life. So what they were having in their small house or a flat? They were just having 2 chairs, a white wooden table, some physics books, a lamp, and a bunch of flowers. That was all. So, nextly, little by little, Mary improved her housekeeping wisdom. She invented dishes which needed little preparation or could be left to cook themselves before going out. So nextly, what happened? Uh, Marie Curie gave birth to a daughter, Annie, a future Nobel Prize winner. So she was born. The idea of choosing between family and the scientific career did not even cross Mary's mind. With Perry's support, she kept house watched her baby daughter, but she also kept on working in a laboratory, working towards the most important discovery of modern science. So, with the help of Marie Curie, it was not easy for the Marie Curie to take care of her child, her daughter, laboratory, as well as for his house. But with the help of Marie Curie, with the support of Marie Curie, she did it all. So, nextly, look into your book, students. Marie Curie, who had followed the rapid progress of his wife's experiments with passionate interest, now abandoned his own research in order to aid with her. Two brains, four hands now sought the unknown element in the damp little storeroom that served as their laboratory. So they are very poor students. They were not having enough money to survive easily. They were having just a storeroom, a small or little storeroom as a laboratory. By July 1898, they were able to announce the discovery of a new element. Mary named it polonium after her beloved Poland. So in December of the same year, the Curies announced the existence of a second new chemical element which they call radium, an element whose radioactivity they believed to be enormous. So this was about their discoveries, and now we will see that the Marie Curie dressed in her old dust covered and acid stained smock, means clothes, the style of wearing. Her hair blown by the wind, surrounded by bitter smoke from her experiments, which struck her eyes and throat. Mary was a virtual factory all by herself. So these were some of the happiest years of her life. Although they were not having enough money, but then also that was the happiest years of her life. So they have many research and discoveries, but they are not having enough money to for the further research. So what they have decided, they needed money for research, but they were not having enough to work upon. So they both started to teach to increase or to improve their income. Nextly, what happened? See here, students, in this paragraph. Finally, they achieved the miraculous outcome of their effort of purifying radium. Radium could become the ally of human beings in the war against cancer. Radium was useful, magnificently useful. A radium industry was about to be born. So, what was the meaning? Finally, after they are what they are doing for their income, they were teaching and doing extra work, and after that they come back to their research, and finally what they have achieved, an element named radium, which was very helpful for the human beings against cancer. So they achieved their miraculous outcome. So nextly, Perry explained these two things. Now they are having two choices. What were they? Let's read them. So Perry explained these things to his wife on Sunday morning. We have two choices. Perry told her, we can describe the results of our research without reserve, including the process of purification, or else we can consider ourselves to be proprietors, the inventors of radium, patent the technique and manufacture radium throughout the world. What does it mean, students? Now they were having two choices. Either they could describe the result of their research including the process of purification in front of others, or they could consider themselves to be the owner of the same, their discovery. So nextly, what happened? So Mary reflected for a few seconds. She thought about the few seconds, And then she said it is impossible, it would be contrary to scientific spirit. Then what? Mary's grace grew fixed. Physics also published their research completely. If your discovery has a commercial future, that is an accident by which we must not profit. So, nextly, on December, come here students, on December 1903, the Academy of Science of Stockholm announced that the Nobel Prize in Physics for the current year was awarded half to Henry Becquerel, half to Monessier and Madame Curie for their discovery in radioactivity. So they got Nobel Prize on 10th December 1903. Then what happened students? The Nobel Prize meant 70,000 gold francs. What they were having as a Nobel Prize? 70,000 gold francs. So how they consumed this money? So there was loans to be repaid to Perry's brother. Secondly, Mary's sisters donates to scientific societies. Then gifts to students and to a childhood friend of Mary. Mary also installed a modern bathroom in their little house. So these were the things that were done with the Nobel Prize award or by the 70,000 gold francs. Then nextly, what happened one day? Keeping away from the limelight, Mary soon resumed the routine of school and laboratory. Towards 2:30 on Thursday, 19 April 1906, it was a rainy day. Then Perry left the university, attempted to cross a road, accidentally stepped into the path of a heavy dray. What does it mean? It is a type of vehicle generally uh, drawn by the horses, and lost his life in a flash. And the life of Perry ends here. Then what happened next, students? After the funeral, the government officially proposed to award Mary a pension. But what happened? She refused. And what she said? I am young enough to earn my living and that of my children, she said, displaying her habitual bravery. So what does these lines indicate about the nature of Marie Curie? That she was a brave lady and habitual bravery. Okay, dear students, she refused for the offer of pension given after the death of her husband. See, dear students, here on 19 April 1906, Marie Curie died due to the in a accident. So after that, government officially proposed to award the Mary a pension, but she refused. Then what happened? The Council of the Faculty of Science decided to entrust Perry's post at the Sorbonne to Mary. This was the first time that a position in French higher education had been given to a woman. It was a very big thing for a woman to be posted in this position, because before that only men's only posted on this at that level. On the day of her first lecture, the amphitheater was packed and Mary walked in to a storm of applause. What happened, dear students? On her first lecture, amphitheater was packed with people. It was crowded and they were shouting as they had enjoyed too much, and all of them appreciated Marie Curie. Then what happened, dear students? Nextly, now the personal fame of Madame Curie mounted and spread like a bursting rocket, and Sweden awarded her the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 1911. See, these students, this is very important thing, that she was a person who was awarded, she was the first person to date that who was awarded 2 times Nobel Prize in different subjects. and now awarded her the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 1911. No other man or woman to date has ever received the prize for two different subjects. And now, what happens to the end of her life? Mary continued her work with passion and dedication. On Friday, 6th July 1934, the robust heart beat no more. Mary was buried beside Paris. Okay, dear students, on which date? On Friday, 6th July 1934. So, she was buried in the presence of her family, friends, co-workers and students who loved her. So this was all about the story of Marie Curie, a radiant life. Hope you have understood, students. Now, nextly, come to page number 37. Let's see our question answers. Totally there are 10 questions. Two types of questions are there, reference to contest and secondly read, reflect and write. So you can see questions from here students. So let's begin. And the second part of this question, if you are turning the page, then these are the two questions remaining here. You can see from here. Let me zoom it here. 9th and 10th question. Okay, dear students. So let's read our first question. Their life together in a little flat was singularly lacking in comfort. They refused the furniture offered to them by Perry's father. With reference to this contest, our first question is, what was the offer of furniture turned down? So why was the offer of furniture turned down? So the first answer is, the offer of furniture was turned down because Marie Curie and Marie Curie wanted to be independent. They wanted to be independent in their life. Okay, dear students, let me repeat my answer once. The offer of furniture was turned down because Marie Curie and Marie Curie wanted. This is wanted, students, here. Okay, don't get confused here. This is wanted to be independent. Then second part, what was the only future for furniture in the flat? The only furniture in the flat was two chairs and a white wooden table. See, what does this sentence reveal about Mary and Perry? So this reveals that they wanted to lead a simple life devoted exclusively to the study of science. Then coming to our next reference, no other man or woman to date has ever received the prize for two different subjects. This contest already we have discussed in the chapter. So the first part is, which reward is referred to in this extract? So which reward is here? The Nobel Prize. The answer is the Nobel Prize. B. Who received this award twice? Marie Curie received this award twice. C part. What does this sentence, C part. For which discovery did the person receive the reward the first time? And with whom was the reward shared for the first time? On 10th December 1930, the Academy of Science of Stockholm announced the Nobel Prize in Physics for the current year. The reward was shared with Henry Becquerel, Monnesser and Madame Curie. Okay, dear students, here our third part ends. Now fourth. This was the first time that a position in French higher education had been given to a woman. So in this reference to contest, our first contest is, what is the position referred to in these lines and which woman had been given this position for the first time? So the Council of the Faculty of Science decided to entrust Perry's post at the Sorbonne to Mary. Okay, dear students, come to our second part. Who had held the position before it was awarded to a woman? So it was the post of Marie Curie. Answer is Marie Curie. C. What alternative had the woman turned down before she was given this position? So, after Parry's death, the government officially proposed to award Mary a pension. Okay, dear students. Then, next one, read, reflect, and write. Our fifth question is, what was the immediate sympathy that brought Mary and Parry together? So, the immediate sympathy that brought Mary and Parry together was a devoting body and soul to scientific research. Okay, dear students, let's move to our next question. Sixth, what serious decision did the Curies have when the radium industry was about to be born? What was the decision they took? So as we have already discussed, they were discussing about they are having two options. What were they? Let's see. Answer number 6. This is sixth question, students. Sixth answer. Correction is there. This is sixth answer. You can write here sixth. Okay, dear students, this is sixth answer. The Curie had discovered the miraculous role of radium in treating cancer. Parry and Mary had a serious discussion whether they should publish the research work or to have the patent right. So what they have decided? They decided that it would be contrary to scientific spirits if they become the proprietor of radium. So they published their research work. They published their research work. This is our sixth answer. Okay, dear students. Then moving towards further towards 7th question. How did the Curies spend the money they received when they were awarded the Nobel Prize? What does this reveal about them? So they used the money to repay the loans, donate to scientific societies, gifts to students and childhood friends of Mary. And what does this show? This shows their kind and sympathetic nature. Then our eighth question is, these were some of the happiest years of her life. Which years does the author refer to? What gave Mary happiness over these years? So the answer is, the author refers to those years when Marie Curie was busy in her laboratory doing her research work, and it was the sheer interest in research work that gave Mary happiness and satisfaction in all those years. Next question, ninth one. Marie Curie is known and respected not just because of her magnificent contribution to science, but also for the person she was. What character traits do you share with Marie Curie, and which of these traits would you like to have? So our answer is, Mary was an extraordinary lady and brilliant scientist who developed her body and soul to scientific research. She displayed her courage when she refused to accept the pension after her husband's death. Her passionate interest towards her research gave humanity the gift of miraculous effects of radium. Also, she showed her kind and sympathetic nature when she donated most of the Nobel Prize money. So, this was about the character of Marie Curie, that she was not only the great scientist but also a good human being. Then our last question is question number 10. Extended writing. Marie Curie once quoted, "I was taught that the way of progress is neither swift nor easy." With vivid detail from the biography you have read, show how this is true of her life. So, the answer is, Marie Curie spent a life of monastic simplicity. She was so devoted in her scientific research that she herself appeared as virtual factory. She even continued to research after having a baby daughter after her husband's death also. She did not give up and continued her research work. So, Mary was correct. She quoted. What she quoted, students? I was taught that the way of progress is neither swift nor easy. Okay, dear students. So, these were our questions. Moving further, this is our homework time, students. Then you have to complete your work and learn it. Do exercise. These are very easy exercises, students. Grammatic exercise these are. So you can do these by yourself. And nextly, practice the revision test. And whatever you are doing, do in a well-mannered way, neat and clean work with mentioning date, lesson number, lesson name, and maintain your notebook well. Okay.